Call Haloyim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan. And we're going to get straight to the point. This will be evils are coming. True evils. Evil meaning bad times, okay? Rai in Hebrew. Bad times, okay? Ill, hard to take times. All right, this is second Esdras, the prophet Esdras. Second Esdras, chapter 16 and 17. Woe, destruction, chaos is me. Woe, destruction, murder, death is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Okay, in those days, meaning, once again, that is a mission to reincarnation. Those days, not the days he was in, the time that was prophesied, because he was a seer, a prophet, the times that he knew where we would be over here in spiritual Babylon to this day, okay, awaiting Yahweh Shah, the return of who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right, this is verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Are we not witnessing it now? Our people, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, hell, all of the earth, all 18 nations are mourning because the wicked is in rulership, Job 9 and 24. But back to you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, including you speckled birds, you look like the other nations, but your father's seed, sperma, goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, being hung rapidly. We back in those days. This is 2026 or 1926. Does it matter? Okay, this is prophecy being fulfilled. The beginning of famine and death. The beginning of wars everywhere. All right, we are in World War III. We don't have time to name them out. Just do a Google search of how many nations are in conflict right now. And if you over here in spiritual Babylon, how many of them conflicts around the world do you have your filthy hands in? Okay, and the power shall stand in fear. Who is that? The elites. Okay, because they know what time it is. The beginning of evils. And what shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay, and now who is bringing forth these evils? Let's get it. Let's get it. We're not gonna even spare. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, known as Sirach. We're going to chapter 16. I'm gonna start at 6. All right. And the congregation of the ungodly was, who is that? The ungodly, starting with Edom. All right, through all the other 16 nations, along with Edom, that's 17, to all the way to the 2/3 of our nation. 2/3, the greater proportion of our nation. So out of all 18 nations, in the congregation of the ungodly shall a fire be kindled, and it is. And in a rebellious nation, that's our people, wrath is set on fire. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna skip down, due for time purposes, to 11, but you should. This is a good read in between. Okay, I'm gonna skip to 11. Sirach 16 and 11. And if there be one stiff neck amongst the people, who are the people? You, Yasharallah, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. It is marvel if he escape unpunished. Okay, I'm gonna read that again. And if there be one stiff neck, one denier, one selfish, one ignorant to turn away from their sins, one stiff neck amongst the people, it is marvel if he escape unpunished. What is that? That's sarcasm coming from the Most High. You know what I mean? He likes to crack his jokes too. But this ain't no laughing matter. All right, for mercy and wrath are with him. Mercy and wrath are with him. He is the mighty to forgive. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. So he controls both sides. Let's back that up. Perfect. Deuteronomies 32 and 39. See now that I, who is I, Yahweh, Yahweh exists, Bahashem, in the name Yahweh Shai, He salvation. Even I am He who, creator of all that we know, a creator of all existence. And there is no lowercase God, that's idol, vanity. There is no God with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound, I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hands. Okay, that's what this is all about. He has set the stage for everything that we're going through and what's to come, because this is just the beginning. Okay, for I lift up my hand in heaven and I say, and say, I live forever. If I wet my glittering sword, what's that? The ICBMs that are scheduled to come. Okay, soon after that, that MOTB, mark of the beast, be made mandatory, which is coming. Okay, and my hand take hold of judgment. I will render vengeance to my enemies. Okay, once again, the Lord loves everybody. That ain't what this Deuteronomy saying, and I'm gonna stick with what the scriptures say over man's thinking and assumptions and assuming. Okay, and will reward them that hate me. Okay, and that's once again starting at 2/3 of our people. So here's a little warning. All right, this is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this, the word that Yahweh Bashim Shai has spoken against you, O children of Yasharallah, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, including you speckled birds scattered amongst all four corners of the earth, against the whole family. What is a family? Meaning we came from the father. We come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt. Remember, through Moses and Aaron, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. So once again, how do you have a family? Through the sperm, through the seed, through the father. The mother is the incubator, the carrier. The father is the seed bearer. Okay, you only have I known of all the families on the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. And who was sin given to? You, Yasharallah. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Now let's skip on down to verse 6. Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city? What is the trumpet? The mouthpieces of the prophets. Okay, the trumpet is being blown right now as I speak these words to you. But our apostles, our elders, and Akim to do the work day in, day night on the highways and byways on these electronical epistles. Okay, and the people not be afraid. Are y'all afraid? The prophets are chiming in. I was listening to Elder Hawad earlier today. The Wadi Yahweh Basim Al-Shai giving warning. He's always casting warning. Sure, there be evil, once again, bad times, ill times in the city. Aren't we seeing them now? That Nolan cat? Nolan, they still talking about the boat was here, the boat was there. They murdered that boy, okay? And tried to expose him, and they would have got away with it if it wasn't for the angels and the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua saying it's time for them to be exposed, okay? And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have not done it. Now, remember earlier when we seen gods, we seen lowercase God, that's vanity. This is all caps. That's Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, the power, the creator of all existence. Okay, so once again, 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil, bad times in the city, and Yahweh, the creator, have not done it? Okay, surely the Lord Allah power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. Now he's telling you there, Tupac, only God can judge me. He is judging you right through the mouths of the prophets. Okay, he's giving you warning and judging you right through the prophet's mouths. Okay, and when you disregard it, here comes that spirit of vengeance. Okay, here comes that body severed, burned up, shot in the leg, then burned up, and then fucking decapitated. Okay, all for not listening. Here comes that drowning, that beat down and that drowning. Okay, once again, is it 1926 or 2026? Does it matter? Same cruelty, same judgment. Okay. Let's get this real quick. This is the book of Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, there goes that woe one more time. Destruction, chaos to the inhabitations of the earth, all the earth, and the sea, all the sea. Okay, you see these animals dying, capsizing, poisoned through all the oil and all the plastics and all this, the wickedness of man. For the devil, Edom, Esau, self-proclaimed white man, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So this is it. This is the grand finale. He's going out with the big bang, swinging his sword one last time, okay? One last time. And here's another warning, okay, from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Jeremiah 30:6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. You ever seen a pregnant man? Hell no. A real man. I know none of this science fiction shit. A man pregnant? No. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loin, guarding that stomach area, as a woman in travail, is that woman giving birth, birth pains increasing, and all faces turn into pale. I like to say that's that Scooby-Doo fear, when you see Scooby-Doo and Fred Flintstone running and they ain't going nowhere, and you see that ghost done left them. Okay, Arise, for that day is great, and we're only tipping the door. We're only at the tip of it, and look how chaotic and crazy it's gotten, so that none is like it. There's perilous times, uneven, savage, hard to take. Okay, it is even the time of Jacob. Who? Jacob, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, trouble. All right, the time of your judgment. But he shall be saved out of it. Who is he? Only the 1/3, starting with the elect, with the hopeful 144. And we say hopeful because on this side, but ultimately Yahweh Bashim Yahushua knows who that is, okay? So I'm going to end it like this, man. Give them warning. This is the book of Hosea 24:14. Now therefore fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away, there it goes again, GODS, all lowercase, gods, vanity, nothing, filthiness, the stones, the rocks, the stars that we idolize in, which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt. And we're in spiritual Egypt now. And served ye Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And if this seem evil, bad times, hard to take, suffering unto you to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, choose you this day whom ye will serve, who you rolling with, whose side you standing on, whether it be the vanity, the gods, the lowercase GODS's, which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the vanity gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But for me and my house, and that house starts with your temple, with your lob, your mind, we will serve Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, the power, the Allah, okay, power. And that's it, okay? So with that, I pray that this has been edifying. Once again, evils are coming, bad times, hard to take, savage, ruthless. Shalom.